Everyone, my name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round 5 of the Space Jam Tournament LA edition. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. We got 2 more rounds left. We got this one and the next, and of course we have the cut tomorrow, so hopefully you guys are joining us then. Do not forget. All right, my co-host for this round is
Ryan Staniszewski, like all the other rounds and the next.
That's right. So now, if you guys haven't done it already, go ahead and choose your champion. If you'd like to be a part of our GSP betting pools, it's very easy to do. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a nice little fun game. You can check your balance for GSP points by typing !points in the chat, and you can wager those points as many as you want. If you like living dangerously, some people always bet all in, bet, win big, lose big. It's fun. Type !bet, you put a space, and then you type either 1 or 2. 1 would be a vote for Richard, who has the painted arcs on the left side, which Luke Carrington asked me to. Anybody who's a Paintcast fan needs to vote for 1. That's what he said. Or 2 would be a vote for Merrick. And then you put another space, and then you put how many points you want to bet, the number. Okay? Now, yeah, we're going to get that timer fixed here in a second. But, yeah, super excited about this matchup. Go ahead and break down these lists, Ryan.
So we have Richard here with Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Aether Sprite with CLT and R4P17. For those who don't remember, that's actually his in-canon droid that he uses on that ship. It's got 2 charges. After you fully execute a red maneuver, you may spend a charge to perform an action, even while stressed. So that is basically a 2-charged pattern analyzer. And then 3 beefy ARC 170s that each have shield upgrade, increasing their damage threshold to being halved since... Oh, no, wait, it does not. It takes them from 9 to 10. My fault. And then on the other side, we have Merrick, who has a Guri with outmaneuver advanced sensors. We have Ketsu with Fearless and the Shadowcaster, and Sarasu with Auto Blaster and Marksmanship. Keeping them pretty tight in this sort of starting location, probably to decide how he wants to split them off, because Guri can just advance sensors barrel and go the other way. But Ketsu's got to commit somewhere eventually, and Sarasu doesn't exactly want to be in the way too often. They're all I5, so you can move them in any order they want. But Richard did have the bid or did win the roll-off, so Obi-Wan is moving last.
Showing off some of those paint jobs there.
There you go.
So nice. So nice.
Being really cagey here. Looking like he's trying to make those arcs come through the obstacles, but Richard is a local of mine. He's not afraid to go through obstacle fields with his ARC 170s. He's flown triple ARC 170s or predominantly ARC 170 lists a lot.
Luke, it looks like your bet didn't register. Try one more time.
For Ketsu, her ability on top of if she does damage with the Shadowcaster will be able to Tractor Beam in ARC 170 since they require 2 Tractor tokens. But both triggers would have to be met for that to happen, which can definitely be done. Once Ketsu gets that 1 Tractor Beam on 1 arc, any damage that goes through is going to be a guaranteed damage since... well, no, won't be guaranteed. Still needs to be Tractor to reduce the agility. So, Fearless will definitely help that. Granted, it requires front arc, and these arcs have rear arcs, which will also inhibit Guri's ability to get easy outmaneuvers if the arcs set up their movement in a varied manner.
Absolutely. Looks like we got some big money coming in on these games. Of course, figurative money, not real money.
Looks like a lot of player 1 picks right now.
Yeah.
Richard will definitely want to be
63%.
safe with Obi. Obi does not want to get trapped by Ketsu, obviously. Obi moving last does have a much easier way of getting that CLT onto Ketsu, which is probably what he's going to want to leverage. As much as you like to catch Guri, even if she's moving at or before Obi, I say take the easier route to damage and go after Ketsu with Obi-Wan when the opportunity presents itself.
What in the world?
What?
We have a game that finished already? I was looking at the log for the games. And
Did somebody like get nuked and just call it?
Apparently. All right, anyway.
Ketsu landed on that cloud. And she's going to get multiple shots incoming this turn. That's not a good start. Oh. You see the name who's attached to that early result?
Isaiah Brody.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the one thing I really don't like about how this Ketsu ended up is, I mean, obviously actions are good. Sarasu's going to try and mitigate the damage coming into Ketsu with that reroll, but if Richard plays this right with how the arcs move, he can mitigate even the chance of one of them getting tractored by staying wide of those rocks. Guri attempting to go for a target lock, but gets none. These scum ships are very bunched up, and Guri does not necessarily need to do that with this Ketsu. Ketsu can go in, but Guri should most of the time be flanking out wide, and that's not what's happening. And I definitely expect that Richard would be prepared to spend a focus defensively and use Obi to maintain that focus for offense on any of these Arc 170s.
Sorry guys for my being quiet. I'm trying to some administrative stuff.
That's fine. Ketsu deciding on a shot. Going at Arc Yellow. Or as some people in the chat have discerned it as YOLO. Is he stuck on pressing that button? I don't know why he keeps pinging. Oh, maybe he got it. There we go. Dice are out.
We did it.
Be 3-on-2. Unmodded for Ketsu.
Ooh.
Generates 2.
That's looking good so far.
Arc gets 1, takes a shield.
Getting some damage early does help. Of course, you do have a couple. Seeing that the fact that you were range 3 from all those arcs doesn't mean you do have a couple shots coming back in.
Yep, and Ketsu did take that strain. He's at least has 2 shots incoming from yellow and green. No other return fire outside of those. So this could be some early damage onto Ketsu. Yep, that's the range. That's one range 3. Probably went for that ship first to see if there was a chance that line actually said range 2 with that strain, but it'll be 3-on-2 here.
All right, one of each.
Focus.
Spends for hit crit.
You hit me, I hit crit at you. Strain.
Oh, okay.
Nope, he needs to re-roll that dice set because it's strain.
And
No,
same
thing
result.
Anyway, re-roll with Sarasu takes 1. Okay. And his friend says, I'm going to do that too. This time it'll be 3-on-3 since the strain is gone.
I will say we have 99,000 points in today's betting pool.
All right, so another 2 going into Ketsu. And safe. So just a small damage trade, 1 shield off an arc for 1 shield off a Ketsu. I'm not sure what Arc Blue is going to do. I've known Richard, he's willing to take chances on maneuvers. I'm pretty convinced that 3-turn would clip that rock, so he might have to settle for a bank maneuver. But if he... Well, Curry's got advanced sensors. I was thinking if Yellow can get in close enough to just block Ketsu. I mean, blocking Ketsu doesn't sound great, but because of where Sarasu and Guri are, keeping Ketsu there and have to roll that strain again on the gas cloud is still very valuable. And actually, Ketsu won't be able to assign 2 tractors if one of them's bumped into, because he can't pull it off and shoot at it. So if he keeps distance with green and runs in with yellow, he should come out pretty solid with that exchange.
All right, people in the chat, I am trying to reset the top. There we go. The top 10 in points. I removed myself from the top 10 so that you guys can see who the actual top 10 was. Looks like Aldair 42 has 31,214 points. Living big, living large.
Yeah, that 2 bank from yellow doesn't seem bad at all. 3 might be too fast. It might bump himself. He wants to still maintain his action. 2-turn is another option that will get past that rock, and you would, with a 2-turn in that case, you're not parallel with Ketsu anymore. Well, he did the 2 bank anyway.
Yep.
That's still solid. But if the 2-turn you wouldn't be parallel anymore, you'd actually use the corner of your ship to increase that distance.
Yep.
I'm taking a lock on Guri.
You have an opportunity to possibly do some damage over there. And I really like how Richard is spread out. These Arc 170s, they can definitely tank shots, and there's no reason for them to be in a really tight formation. They can work on spreading out their arcs and making sure that you can go ahead and just have different opportunities. And there he is, going to the top right after the bank, hitting the cloud, just trying to cover that area. Does take a strain.
Think he's just saying if Ketsu goes fast and gets past, he doesn't want green to be left out, or didn't like just pointing at. He probably wants to be able to turn and not go through the cloud again next turn. But Richard is not afraid to take target locks. Yeah, that's big now, because Ketsu cannot apply to tractor to anybody.
Nope.
And does not have a shot on either arc. So if Obi-Wan had played KG, Ketsu's not going to be well involved in this turn.
Yeah, the only way that Ketsu can actually get that tractor off, if she lands in range 1, not range 0, doesn't get blocked, you apply it at the beginning of the turn and at the beginning of engagement, and then you hit for Shadowcaster. That's the only way it would work on a medium base.
So, well done by Richard so far. We're going to have to see, depending on the maneuver Sarasu went for, how he's going to want to... Because Guri can theoretically just do the maneuver and take an advanced sensor action without repositioning. If you know you're not going to get range 1. So if you let Sarasu go, hop over Guri... Ooh, did he not take an advanced sensors token?
He did not. He bumped.
He just counted on that landing, I think. I don't know why you wouldn't. Oh, wow. Pile up. That block on Ketsu ended up being huge. Guri's probably going to get a focus from being range 1 of yellow, but that's range 1 target lock from 2 opposing ships. And Obi-Wan's noping out. That's a really good call by limiting Ketsu's options. I'm not sure if Ketsu will have a shot this turn. Obi-Wan looks very safe.
A couple people are reporting the audio sounding strange. Let me know. I prefer feedback from more than just one person. Let me know if something sounds weird. I can see if I can work on it and monitor. All right. Looks like we're getting some feedback that it sounds fine. Okay.
Yeah, and even though it's a strain, he's still getting the range and the obstruction, so he will still have, starting with 1, down by 1 with strain, but up from range and up from obstruction. It's a pretty safe green arc as well.
Yep. 2 hits, 1 because of crit.
Wait, why did he roll 3 dice?
He did. Marksmanship.
He's...
This is going into... Yeah, you get the additional die because it's in the bullseye for the green arc.
Auto Blaster's only out to range 2, not 3.
Is it range 3? To the green one? Arc yellow. Arc yellow. Yellow.
Oh, yellow, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I said green because I was looking at the ship that is painted green.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. So yellow takes some damage, another 2. Guri's probably going to follow that up with a range 1. Yep. He'll be really hesitant to spend his focus offensively.
Ooh, the temptation.
Oof.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yep, nope. Does 1. Still not half on yellow, though.
Yep, couple
Yellow
of...
still got 6 health.
The arcs are going to get their turn here pretty soon.
They're going to pour on to Guri here. Range 2 to Guri with the target lock. Yep.
Here we go. 2 hits.
Good start.
Has a focus available.
I don't know why he pulled. Okay, yep, just 2.
And
ooh. I mean, you spend that.
Yep.
Oh, Sarasu reroll. Yep.
Can't forget that.
And
there you go.
spend.
Focus.
You take none.
That worked out.
Sarasu's definitely coming in good. Like, she saved a couple damage already. But now for the range 1 4 dice with the target lock. Oh, hey, Guri.
Hello there.
That's why you take target lock. Granted, he's probably still only going to get 2 or 3 out of this total.
And there's hit, crit.
Mm-hmm.
Guri has already spent the focus.
Got Sarasu.
And
will take hit crit.
1 away from half. Let's find out what this crit is. And the crit is loose stabilizer.
That's a big deal on Guri. She doesn't like having to just go straight.
She doesn't. And also, even though she does have advanced sensors, the positioning of Guri right now does not allow her to really take advantage of it unless Ketsu can get out of the way and those ARC 170s aren't taking up a bunch of space in front of her and she maybe has some room to boost.
Yeah, she does not have the barrel rolls open to her. I mean, the only one she does have is the angled forward to the left, but if she does a straight maneuver, she's going to be looking right at a rock.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right, guys, I have some administrative stuff I got to take care of here really quickly. Nick, go ahead and jump in.
So,
all right, did I hear flip the table? Oh.
no, don't do that.
I'm just giving the crowd what they want at this point.
That's true.
All right.
They did say immediately flip the table. They posted the
Yeah, a lot of Nick redemptions. I appreciate you guys. I deserve it. I think it's hilarious. You should definitely click on that camera freeze link that Rocker Crocker just posted. That's where the original image of my face came from.
So
my stream yesterday. All right, back to the game because this is actually important.
For as much as everything seems to be blocked up around there, I think Blue Arc either does a 2-turn in and clogs up more of that area to disallow Guri's advanced sensors or 4Ks. Yellow can 4K because Ketsu's K-turn right now might put her on that rock, that 5K.
Yeah, it's a little iffy for Ketsu.
So the ability for the scum ship to turn around and point at the Arc 170s is extremely limited right now. Green probably just has to do 1 banks to point the back arc or 2 turns to get around. 4K would go off the board for sure.
And now, do you think if you're Richard, you have no problem just keeping Obi-Wan out of the fight for a while, right? I don't think there's any sort of urgency to get Obi-Wan rush into an engagement here, right?
I mean, he shouldn't turn left. There's no reason to go back into the arcs of the opposing scum ships. So I think like a 2-turn to the right and assess from there how quickly you need to get back over there.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty well done.
Hugging around the rock there and boosting in, eventually getting towards the middle.
Yeah, especially if he plans to 2-turn the blue arc and just clog that area more. The ability for the scum player Merrick to go after Obi is even more limited. So yeah, I think it's pretty safe. Well, I say it's a safe bet for yellow to K-turn, but he can just 1 or 2 bank to the right, and because he has a back arc.
Do the arcs have a 1 hard, right? It's red.
No, they're 3 hard and it's red.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was gonna say I couldn't remember if they could turn that tightly, but
yeah,
he's in a good position. I mean, I think Richard, even though he's getting real close to these obstacles, I think he's moving first. I don't think he minds hitting the glass clouds because he probably won't get shot at this turn.
Yeah,
at least a couple of them won't get shot at.
Yeah, I think as much as you have that back arc with yellow, I think you do the K turn now, because if you 1 bank away, it's so much longer to get it back in the fight.
Yeah. Yes, I will say though that
this one's turning away though. That's interesting.
I mean, you got the rear arc.
Still keeping pressure on Guri. Taking those locks.
Yeah, 1 away from half. Guri at 80 points. That's there's some points right there to get 40 points and half points.
I'm surprised there's not more shots going into, like, more firepower going into burning Ketsu down, but I can definitely see that if you get rid of Guri first, it makes Obi-Wan's job much easier to finish off the game.
Yeah. And so if you're Guri, you have a loose stabilizer right here. What do you dial in? What do you do with advanced sensors? Do you not use it? Is there some sort of plan to get out, try to avoid taking that damage, or do you just take it? You have, though, if you do that. So it's probably not the good call. But
you got to find a way to mitigate the get away from the most shots possible. So it looks like yellow decided to 2-turn and stay there.
Okay. Yep.
I think if I read that right, the scum player revealed his dials and also decided to stay where everything is. Like, he has advanced sensors on Guri. I'm surprised he didn't at least take a lock onto yellow and then get the focus.
That means that there's a repeated range 1 shot there. You get the focus with Guri's ability, but 4 dice on 3 dice. You know, we know how green dice are, and Guri's just 1 away.
Yeah,
He advanced censored, flipped the loose stabilizer. That's what it looks like.
Oh, that makes some sense. Yep. That makes sense.
I'll clear that out of the overlay.
Yep. That opens up Guri, and she'll still get her focus. It's only 1 focus, though, and green now has a shot incoming locked on Guri also, and blues is obstructed, so that won't be a great shot on Guri. You'll probably want to shoot.
Got to lean hard into Sarasu's ability here. Just hope that those rerolls keep saving you the way they've been helping out early.
Ketsu is not contributing at all in this fight.
Oh. I'm not used to seeing Ketsu stuck like this.
That's what larger ships than small can do to her. She can't do anything.
Right.
There'll be one crit from Sarasu going into yellow.
Should be, if a damage lands, it would be half on yellow here.
Yep, and it's a crit. It does not land.
There's a squiggle. Got to keep redeeming Nick in the chat, guys. Thanks, Rocker Crocker. Appreciate it.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
So the scum ships didn't move. They all bumped.
I can see that again.
But Guri decided to advance sensors to flip that loose stabilizer.
Mm-hmm.
And then just take the focus with her ability. And she again rolled a hit, a blank, and 2 focuses. So not much damage being contributed. Does get half on the arc, but Ketsu being completely out of this fight for this long because of one Arc 170 has been a huge deal.
Well, let's talk about how different this game would be if Arc 170s were still small base ships. Right?
Yeah.
Completely
definitely.
different. Completely different.
Let's see. Blue is probably going to take, even though obstructed to Guri, see if you can force Guri to spend that focus defensively before the better shot from green comes in. May as well spend the lock. And I know it's not modified well, but if you're already going for that strategy, you may as well get it the best shot you can. That's 2. So Guri rolling 4 with a gas cloud and a focus. Shouldn't do any
Should be
damage,
fine.
but the key is to make him spend the focus.
Now,
Nope.
one thing I would guess just from the positioning of Ketsu is, like, I think in hindsight, you just go ahead and do the 5K this turn, even though you probably land on the rock on the other end. And even that's close. And then you would be in a much better position the following turn. But now you're going to have to either take a delayed turn in engagement in order to have a chance.
Think about that it took another turn to get to that point to make that consideration. The one thing I'll say I don't like about the 5K chance on that one is he doesn't have the ability. If he 5Ks, that big rock in the middle stops him from turning back down the other side of the board.
That's a great point. Or maybe he had just taken the 3 bank or some. I know that you don't want to hit rocks, but this is a time where you have that honking ship, that Arc 170, and then Ketsu is a problem for the ships behind it. You had to get Ketsu out of there. All right, we got 2 evades.
Guri was safe this turn. While yellow still has to go. Be unmodded this time, though.
I'm kind of surprised that Richard isn't taking shots into Ketsu with the blue and green Arc 170.
We did talk about that while you were gone. We figure, I agree, I would probably go for Ketsu more, but I think Richard's thought process, ooh, that's a good shot, Naguri. Richard's thought process might be, while he has all these arcs, both literally the arcs themselves and the arc of the ships, Sarasu reroll. It's a safe Guri. You may as well try and get Guri while Guri's bunched up with the other ships, limiting the movement, because Obi-Wan can hunt down Ketsu in the endgame much easier than trying to hunt down Guri.
You're right. I don't know. It's just like the situation where he's in right now, though, where he's done no damage besides the early damage. This turn you netted nothing. You got nothing out of your extra block. So that just feels extra bad, especially one of the shots being through a cloud that was only 2 dice, unlikely to hit, especially because you had the focus already. And another range 2 shot. I do think it's a misplay on Richard's part. Like, I understand, you're right. Like, having all 3 of the Arc 170s available would have been, is nice, but it's not, there were not 3 quality shots.
Yeah, like blue, I wasn't too crazy about that 2 turn out if you kept shooting at Guri. I would have expected blue to either do a K turn or actually 2 turn into the scrum to make it worse for that bump fest. And yeah, if Guri stays there and you bump into Guri, then you just shoot at Ketsu range 1 with 4 dice, and that's more likely to do damage than the 2 going into Guri from the rear arc. If his 2 turn out allowed him to 4K next turn, I'd say maybe it's okay, but the 4K is not fitting. that blue's going to be out of the fight for a little bit and not contributing a valuable gun.
Now, for everybody watching, I want to remind you guys that next weekend we are going to be streaming the Sydney Space Jam. All right, so like complete opposite time zone from where we are right now. But yeah, looking forward to that. Should be super fun. I'm going to get working on my sleep adjustments starting on Wednesday after the League Night stream. Should be pretty fun, though. Lots of awesome players. If you're interested in playing, if you want to play against some Australian players and at an odd time, and I'm sure that more than one of you out there are sleeping at odd hours right now, there's an opportunity. There are tickets available. If you haven't had your chance or you just want another chance to play in the Space Jam, there's your opportunity. I think there was 30-something left.
So I think because the Scum player actually hasn't lost any points, I think you say we don't need to be too crazy aggressive with Ketsu and do that K turn. Just get her past that arc and then next turn assess with the best maneuver you can what you want to do. Because if you do, say, 2 straight over the arc or 3 straight and decide where you want to turn, or even 5K, you can 5K past that rock if you go straight to the next turn. You're already losing Ketsu's ability to shoot if you 5K this turn or straight anyway. It's probably best to just leave your options open, because blue's going down there and Ketsu can start going that way and coming behind Obi. I think yellow's got a K turn, and then green can 2 turn in. I don't know if I like yellow just hanging out there, still getting just unmodded shots, even if it's providing a blocked area. Blue rotating out, getting a target lock for the future. I don't know if at this point it's good to lock Guri. It's going to be much harder to track down. Although with this 1 bank on green, I don't know if yellow's going to attempt the 4K. Yellow can't fit the 2 turn. Tried to go left or right with the 2 turn, but green got in the way and has nowhere to land.
Yeah, you would have had to move yellow first and then take the bump for green.
It's close, but looks like no juice. Yep, here's that 2 or 3 straight from Ketsu. Could turn the arc if he wants to provide shots, but I think you just...
It's a trap.
Take an evade.
If you've watched League Night, I've made this mistake before. No, he turned it. I guess, you know what? In this matchup, it probably is worth it because you only have 1 small base ship and it's Obi-Wan, and he's not close yet.
Yeah, and it is still 1 agility on the Arc 170s.
All right.
Guri probably just stays there to make sure she or just takes a focus.
Yeah, the dial
boosting or
is a 1 bank to the right.
Taking a lock. Yep. Yeah, just did the move, take the lock on blue, and you're going to take the focus from being close to yellow.
Mm-hmm. You have a defensive token.
Sarasu. So between Sarasu and Ketsu trying to finish off yellow, who does have 6 remaining.
5?
No.
5.
5. Oh, I didn't see the
taking the
damage card.
damage.
Yep, Guri gets the focus.
And here we go.
Wait, Obi-Wan still needs to move.
Ah.
Oh, he's doing it right now.
Before they forget.
I think they're getting it. Doing a 1 hard. I think you got to start getting Obi-Wan in the fight, but you don't want to start barrel rolling right towards Ketsu because she has that 3 turn. You want to probably stay to the outside and cut in on Guri and go up, yeah, that way. I agree. Checking for lock. No dice. So now Guri will get the focus, and Guri will start shooting at blue. Ketsu rear arc into yellow. See, now this is unmodded. Like you said, Dion, it's a trap.
Yep.
But we'll see if this pays off with only one agility.
Hey,
There's a
there you
crit
go.
in
You're
there.
going to get one at least.
One crit.
Every damage
Disable
matters.
power regulator. I would be 4K next turn.
Yep. Yeah, you got to get that flipped around ASAP.
Guri, range 3 into blue, unobstructed. I think if this whole... Ooh... Green still has that target lock on Guri. Let's say I was about to say if this is worth it, you're gonna need to get half on Guri for Richard after all this not shooting Ketsu.
Oh,
That's pretty good. It is range 3, so it should be 2.
Outmaneuver, just letting you guys know.
Oh,
Yeah.
outmaneuver. Good call.
So all three of those are sticking.
Good thing he's got 4 shields. So what I do like, kind of future thinking this one here, if blue does a 2-turn next turn, and Guri wants to go in and tries to get away, Obi can flank Guri pretty good if he tries to follow up on blue there.
This is Auto Blaster, by the way.
Oh.
That's why there's that additional dice, that 4th dice.
Oh, that
And
hurt.
marksmanship hit to a crit that's unblockable. I mean,
No, he's not out of arc.
oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Well, actually, no. It is unblockable. He don't have enough dice to block it.
I mean, also true. Well, he takes 3,
Hit,
so he's
hit,
got
crit.
1 left.
Hit, crit. Fuel leak. Ah, blank.
So he lives. Which, he did just roll 2 evades that he needed to live.
Mm-hmm.
Although I kind of think the averages say he probably still lives on 1 from an unmodded 3-dice shot from Ketsu and a only focus modded 4 dice. I would shoot rear arc into Ketsu. Yeah. 3 on 2. Probably doesn't have the range 1 from Sarasu to back it up. One. Easy. God, the issue with these Guri shots is they've all been backed up by Sarasu rerolls.
Yep. Oh, this is that situation where having done that secondary block with that Arc 170 could end up biting Richard.
And I think this is actually like the second turn in a row where he's had an arc roll hit double focus when he has the lock and only ends up with 2. Guri can just spend the focus and be safe. He doesn't actually need to re-roll. Yeah. Now Ketsu's freed up. And he's almost got a dead arc. Obi, if he wants to get this Guri taken care of like he's been focusing on so much, Obi needs to start getting in the fight. Guri is again limited on the advanced sensor's capability, and if blue 2 turns, it at least gets a shot toward Ketsu and threatens Guri on the inside. Obi can come from the outside and get a solid CLT in on Guri. Because the nice thing right now is Guri and Sarasu are about to split up. So you won't have that reroll safety net.
All right.
I wonder where green goes to make sure you don't accidentally block yellow's 4K. Because Sarasu's also in the way.
I think you gotta hop
green.
Hop the rock. Like, I think you have to go straight. I know you're gonna hit clouds 2 turns in a row, but in order to stay engaged in the fight, I think you kind of have to go
what
straight.
I'm thinking is green could actually attempt a 2-turn, count on the fact that it's going to turn him more, but bump into Sarasu, and then most of your arcs are actually pointing in the direction of the enemy ships.
Oh, that's true. Too hard to the left. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, too hard to the left, because you're not getting an action no matter what. So you may as well go for a better positional bump and do the 4K that should clear with yellow.
I got to remember, those are medium bases, not large bases. Yeah, that should work. Get on the inside.
Yeah, I hope Richard pulls the trigger on that 4K with yellow, because that ion is going to hurt if he doesn't. He needs to get that 3-die gun back. There's that 2. Yep.
Checking for the strain here from the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
And
we'll
takes
take it, but probably won't get shot back.
And that's the healthiest one out of all of them as well.
Yes. There's the 4K. Yep.
Flip to dip.
There it is. A lot of gas cloud protection, both with actions and the obstruction, but that'll be worth the movement.
And there is another strain. That yellow ARC 170 is just collecting those red tokens.
Oh, man. See, I don't, like, this one bank keeps you safe distance from Ketsu, which is nice. But, man, that Guri has free reign to get tight on that rock to stay away from Obi. K-turn with Sarasu. Will not have bullseye on anything. See what Guri decides to do.
Just one straight. Keep it casual.
One straight. If he probably wants to boost. You'll get distance away from opposing ships. It'll cover Guri from being flanked in by Obi, and it'll still get a focus for being range 1 of that ARC 170.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, this is why I wanted the 2-turn from blue to stop that from happening.
And I believe Guri is in that pocket. He's in that side arc, so not going to have any return fire.
Obi doesn't even have the arc. Man, oh man. Blue's going to get lit up here.
All right. Adam Kempers, 21 months of subbing. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
And one hit going into...
Ketsu does have a focus. Bending it.
Breton is 37. Yes, Ketsu does have a front arc weapon.
Yep, it's got a front and the rotate. So blue's going to take just 1 damage, and Guri's going to try and put a big punch in here with a focus. Sarasu looking like shooting first. Yellow, that he would like to finish off, will have that gas cloud covered. Probably still worth to take that shot anyway. because it is just one. Green, like, you're not doing much to green, probably, in terms of meaningful damage in the long run.
Man,
looking
Obi-Wan
back
taking
on
so
that-
long to get in the fight, that might end up costing Richard in the long run, because he's had the advantage in the positioning, but...
Yeah, like I said, I really wish he would have done that 2-turn with the blue arc. That would have probably stopped Guri from being able to boost and forced Guri to stay at least in Obi-Wan's arc to at least put shots on. And I don't think that 2-turn would have put it in range 1 of Ketsu. It might have, but doesn't really matter for the whole tractor thing since the arc was pointed backwards.
Here's arc
Why is
back
that
into Ketsu. Not sure why it's forward. Oh, no, this is...
Oh no, this is Guri's
This
shot.
is Guri, yeah.
Outmaneuver.
And that's
That's
4
the other
on
big
0.
part. This is outmaneuver, so that's why you gotta get those arcs pointed at Guri and force her to move around.
So it takes 3 damage straight away. Ends up with a fuel leak at the end of that. Oh, they were checking for the outmaneuver. That's why the arc... That makes sense. Okay. All right. Looks like...
Does Obi have a shot to Sarasu?
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and check that.
I don't know if they saw it.
And 1 crit.
I don't know where that's going. It's looking like Guri.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have any follow-up shots. He's so dead set on going at Guri, even if he's not like that should have been Sarasu.
Yep. Well, Arc 170 has a shot now into Ketsu.
He'll spend both focuses for 2.
And
we'll take
got 1. Shields are officially down on Ketsu.
Well, the nice thing is yellow is not going to have a lot of shots incoming. It'll just be Sarasu.
Mm-hmm. You could probably go fast enough to just avoid being shot altogether.
Yeah. Like, it might just be worth doing a 3 straight, which is... Oh, no, he's going to be Ion. He has to do a 1 straight. I would probably bump into the back of green and hope for... Nah, I think that corner will go past it. But probably better to stay further away.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to go through it again, though. That's rough.
The Rocker Cracker, I cannot see the modified emotes. I see you guys talking about that in the chat. Like, you know, I really want to see Guri like do something. I just feel like, you know, she has been the target here, but I guess, you know what? Maybe Richard has been so dead set on going after Guri. Does Merrick just keep like baiting? You kind of keep her close, but not close enough?
I don't even really think that like that's in Merrick's consideration. Like, Guri's just stinks. I mean, Guri's been in range 1 of something almost all of this game. except the very first engagement where Ketsu was on before the traffic jam started. Because once this traffic jam broke, she's still been getting into range 1 of stuff, and in the past 2 turns has had outmaneuver. So it's like she doesn't need to do anything fancy, but it definitely seemed like he missed on some opportunities to utilize advanced sensors maybe in a more profitable manner.
All right, so he just went ahead and did a 1 forward there, a little tactical bump. And takes a strain. Again, after losing 1.
Yeah, like we thought, the tactical bump might work out better for spacing purposes, but he's going to have to go through that cloud again.
But you also may have just served up the yellow. I'm not a fan of the move. I really don't like the tactical bump there.
And what I don't like about, like, the green guy, green probably had to go there, but green being there tells Sarasu that Obi-Wan is not jumping on Sarasu to, like, try and help mitigate damage going into yellow. So, it probably will get the obstruction, though. The corner of Sarasu is closer with the obstructed gas cloud.
Yeah, Sarasu would have had to go straight to not get the obstruction. All right, there's the focus.
So very likely to still get an evade. Guri limited on where she could potentially go because there's only so many barrel rolls that she can do. That's the one thing. Most of this game, Guri hasn't been able to do anything fancy because it's been blocked up by rocks, by Arc 170s, but there's been very limited capability to do real damage on her.
Right. Hasn't been punished for the lack of maneuverability.
Yeah.
But if you want to get back in the fight, maybe we see something like an advanced sensors boost to the right and then a hard turn. That starts to swing her around.
Get behind Obi and just keep distance from green and blue, maybe. Ketsu only doing a 1 straight, so will not be contributing to the fight again. This needs to be a turn where Richard can take advantage of that. Even if it's just Obi getting CLT on Ketsu just to get Ketsu into close to half. Obi needs to get damage in.
Agreed.
Looks like he's thinking about what he wants to do with Guri. Taking the calculate, and I'm guessing doing a sloop.
Yep. No, a bump.
Taking the bump so that he'll have focus and calculate, which...
You have
for
another
multiple shots from green and Obi, that's probably good.
Oh, that CLT is happening.
Focus boost from Obi.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Take the target lock. Yeah. More modified, the better. Yep. There's Obi-Wan's lock. Or did Obi already had that lock? That's right. So Obi's taking... Oh, that's a very well-modified shot.
Remember, CLT, the calibrated laser targeting, makes it so that you add a focus result.
What was Guri's dial? Was that a 1 turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. It's kind of weird how he would go that way when Ketsu was going to be doing a 1 straight anyway. Guess I don't know what he was thinking in that space.
All right. Well, here Sarasu has that range
Guri's
2
got
obstructed
all the
shot.
tokens, but has no evade tokens.
Ooh, 2 hits.
Looks like Sarasu will get the kill because strain and only 1, so that'll do the final 1. He's got to do big damage to Guri this round to make up for that. So then he can start turning to Ketsu and getting half on Ketsu.
Well, let's see how badly Obi-Wan's going to punish Guri.
What? Can't shoot with the arc first. Or I'm confused. No, Obi has to shoot.
Ah, what did I do?
No, 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 they're still going. Nick, help them. They're not paying attention to chat. Come on, guys. Obi has to shoot first. Back it up. There we go. All right, so CLT from Obi starting with 3 and the added focus. No, nope, 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 nope. There we go, yep. He's got the lock. Good start with the hit crit.
All right. So it'll be hit crit coming in from Obi-Wan.
Yep. Guri will take a crit.
Uh-oh. Panic. Well, maybe it's not actually panic. It's damage engine.
Ooh. I mean, you have advanced sensors, but a turn after a hard turn is going to be much worse now. And now we get the Arc 170 shooting. Usually with that type of modification with CLT focus lock, it's pretty common to get 4 on that, so getting 3 was a little meh. Using the lock from the Arc 170. Hit, crit, crit. Any blanks are going to be rough. No blanks. Oh, blue does have a shot on Sarasu out there.
All right. Another 3 shot.
Oh,
It's going to be obstructed. Hey, there it is.
hit, crit, crit. Sarasu does have her ability on herself, so it'll be 5 dice with a reroll and a focus. No need for either.
We're fine. This is fine.
Yep.
Hi, puppy. My dog just jumped in my lap. On doggo cam. We need a doggo cam. The people need to see it. They want it.
Yeah, this has unfortunately been a slow bleed of trying to go after Guri too hard. I think with the shots present, Ketsu could easily have been dead by now. Doggy.
Get down. Good girl. All right.
So I think blue's got to get out of the way and probably do a 2-bank past Ketsu. Let's get that rear arc pointed. Green ends up probably having a bump into the back of Obi, which is pretty sad. It'll be unmodded. And that's what I think we've been seeing is for as many shots are going into Guri, a lot of them have either been obstructed with only 2 dice from the rear shot or unmodded 3 dice. And that damage, if gone to Ketsu, probably would have done more to taking a ship off the board. They want my cat cam, apparently. My cat's not near me right now. She's probably sleeping upstairs.
All right. And yeah, the modifications have hurt, and Guri, most of the turns have had some type of modification. I think almost every turn she's had a focus, right?
Mm-hmm. And then most of the time the rerolls from Sarasu. In the beginning, where most of the where he had more arcs on target.
Cece, what are you doing? Sorry, guys. All right, so it looks like the one straight did not fit, so not moving there. A little tactical bump. Green Arc 170 coming in, trying to make a Guri sandwich.
Man, I
Arc
don't know.
170 bread.
He's tried the tactical bump. It hasn't worked. Like, if Guri wanted to do something slow this turn and just stay there, Obi-Wan's just going to bump into the back of Guri and not have shots on Guri.
You want to create that range 2 space.
There's the 5K. Could definitely see Guri have decided to do a sloop if he knew Ketsu was knowing that Ketsu was getting out of the way.
Mm-hmm. That's risky though. Star Vipers do not like being stressed, especially because you have advanced sensors. You can get a lot of different places, though. Of course, you do also have the damage engine, which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Really limits your options.
Oh, Sarasu went for a 3K, it looks like, instead of a 1 hard towards green. Probably just keeping some distance. He's got a lead right now, just looking to maintain. Deciding what he wants to do with Guri. Taking the calculate. Probably not going anywhere.
Yep. Hanging out right there. We'll have double defensive modifiers.
Is that a 1? It's not showing up for me. What move was that? Guri was a 1 straight?
Yep.
Ooh, Obi did a 5K.
Hey-o.
Okay. That's interesting. I mean, he does have R5 or R4 P17, so he can take an action, which probably lock Guri.
Here's a sad situation. I do need to no automatic because Ketsu's arc is to the back. No Ketsu ability on Obi-Wan. You can possibly do the Shadowcaster though.
No, Shadowcaster requires the
it does.
arc.
Wrecked. No tractors whatsoever.
Nope, none at all. Obi is safe at this point. That's why I think he might have decided to go with the 5K. The need to turn that arc was like that was an issue.
God, the trap. We talked about it. It's a trap. He had no time to get it flipped around.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, little Kempers. How are you feeling today? Hopefully you're having fun watching X-Wing with your papa. All right, 2 hits coming in from Sarasu into the green Arc 170. Safe.
The green apparently knows how to live. It's no damage. Guri into Obi. You got both calculate and focus.
That's right. Here's the roll. No.
Well, don't worry about spending them.
Yep. Nah, never mind.
Nothing to
Takes
spend
the
on.
decisions out of my hands.
Yep. Obi safe. I mean, so 4 dice from Ketsu isn't nothing. Granted, it's not going to be fearless, and we're not going to see the title, but getting half on Obi. Oh, he's going after... I mean, blue, you need 3 to kill it. No mods either way.
Well,
probably don't kill it. Maybe you get a lucky crit in there. Just one.
One hit. Well, he's spreading around the fire, right? He probably should have just taken both shots into Obi-Wan to have a chance to do damage there.
Or pull some force off.
Yep.
So it doesn't make Obi's shot back into Guri that much more dangerous. He's going for it. Another Guri shot with CLT. This time only 3 max dice.
Adds
Gonna
the
spend
focus.
that lock.
All right. Could spend both
Spend 2
force here.
force. Oh yeah. He's gone to Guri this hard. You gotta follow through with it. So Guri can't get a blank. I mean, she has enough health for it, but
Yeah.
She's got the defense. Oh, 2 blanks.
Taking 2
That's
right
2.
there.
Is she dead? She's only got 4 hull, right? Or is it 5? I can't see.
It is 4. She gone. She gone.
That's dead Guri. All right. Well, this is the end game Richard wanted. Is now he just needs to get enough damage into Ketsu to finish it off. He's got 8 minutes to do it.
The curfew has just hit for Chicago.
I mean, realistically, he wants to get half onto Ketsu so that when Blue does die, which he probably will, that Ketsu getting to half will overcome the half he loses from Blue.
Takes another damage there. Continuing the barrage into Ketsu.
Yeah, see, even unmodded, this is the type of damage that can go through because Ketsu's only 2 agility versus the Guri 3 agility on top of the Sarasu rerolls and the focus.
Takes another one
That's
there.
nothing. Another one.
1 away from half.
Yep. And you know what? The big deal next turn is if Ketsu decides to do a straight maneuver, I think every straight maneuver that's green is blocked. If he puts green where blue exists. Ketsu will move before Obi, so 1 straight will bump into Obi. 2 straight might also not clear Obi. Obi is restricted on just blue maneuvers if he wants actions, though. The arc rolled 2 dice offensively because that was the back arc of blue.
Yep. So the ARC 170 has 2 different stats. If maybe you're not familiar, let's go ahead and go to the card here. It has 2 different stats. One for the front arc, one for the back, and they are different.
So, yeah, as long as... Because Obi's at full and the green arc is at full, so he's got a solid opportunity to get half on Ketsu. And you know what? He might not go for the block on Ketsu. He might just put his arcs in the best position to do damage between green and blue and just make sure Obi doesn't get caught by Ketsu's shenanigans. Don't know about that, though. Did he take an action with... Oh, did he flip a... He flipped a damage card on blue. I don't remember what that damage card was.
Fuel
What did
leak.
blue have?
It was fuel leak.
Oh, yeah. 1 crit would do 2 damage. He does have a crit monster incoming.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. Sarasu
I don't
licking her
believe...
lips.
I mean, the marksmanship will be close to valid. Oh. Oh, Ketsu did bump, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what?
And Green does still have a shot onto Ketsu.
Ketsu might have a shot out the back, though, at Obi-Wan. I don't know how relevant it is. I mean, there's not much... there's no modifiers on Ketsu, so there's not much she can really do, except for natty dice, but you have a chance.
I think Richard just needs to be careful, and I think still provide space from Ketsu, so I think Obi should probably do a barrel or boost to keep distance. Or take the purple evade.
He's going with the.
I just think if you move Obi out of the way, you let green be able to do more maneuvers next turn. Here comes Sarasu, probably going into blue. Range 3.
Yep. This is just
Did
primary.
It say bullseye?
It is bullseye.
Yep.
Change the hit to a crit.
1 crit.
Using marksmanship.
Yep. That should be 3. That should be 2 defense dice. Yep. Get 1 more. Up. There
Got
it
it.
is. Evaded. Well, looks like that 2 turn ended up working out because Ketsu ended up wanting to go fast to go over Obi and hopefully get an action. So good move by Richard to call that. Here comes Ketsu into Obi for nothing. Green's going to try and follow this up and get the half on Ketsu Richard needs.
All right, here we go. 4 dice coming in. Got the average. Sitting at 2.
Got the target lock.
Looking for at least 1 more. 1 more guarantees the half. Oh, there it is.
That's a crit too.
2
Oh,
evades.
he needed it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Takes a crit. You got half points, and it is damage sensor rate. You can only focus.
Guess who's still not turning their arc?
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's a trap.
Oh, I feel great sadness, great pain in the force.
You say pain, but I feel like you also feel pretty validated.
But I've felt this pain. I've made this mistake before. Let me know in the chat if you saw my failings with Ketsu, my mistakes. Have you seen? So
I suspect blue will 4K.
Yeah, flip that guy around, get that 3-die arc relevant.
Or I wouldn't be surprised at a 1 bank. You'd still get a 3-die shot because it'll be tight to Ketsu, and Ketsu will have a hard time turning and getting a shot because with that damage sensor array, cannot turn the arc. So 1 banking down the board to the blue's right might open up that back arc very well against Ketsu. Green's in a very weird spot. It's kind of why I wanted Obi to do some type of reposition to give green some space. In chat, where were you when Dion's mistake happened?
Which one?
Do you remember Dion's mistake? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Love it. Now,
all right. So we've been talking, I guess, a lot about Richard's win condition. How does Merrick bring this back? What does he have to do?
So let's start by looking at the score. It's 117 to 69. So you are 80, 20-ish points. What is that? 20, 37. You're 37 points away. How do you get 37 points? You get half of
half of
2 arcs.
Blue and yeah. I mean, you basically have to kill an arc, right? By kill by points by finishing off blue and then doing half to green. Doing half to green at this point is not happening based upon the time remaining. Killing Obi was literally the only chance at this point since Ketsu got halved. Incoming Sarasu. And if Obi-Wan did the 1 turn up the board,
that's 48 points.
Ketsu
Sorry. You need 1.5.
Arc.
You need 1.5 arcs. In 20 seconds, it can't happen. Sorry, nope, I did the math wrong. I was 10 off.
He took Obi and said, "This is your only way to win. Bye." Richard will try and see what he can do with those rear arcs at Ketsu a little bit. I do find it interesting that clearly Richard is someone who will take target locks when his ships are very safe from dying, but as soon as they get close towards the end, they will he'll start taking focuses potentially defensively. Is that TTS clock still beeping for anybody?
Well, yeah, it's the time has gone off.
Actually, wait, that might be TTT.
It's TTT.
Yep. God, I just kept hearing that beep 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 in my head. I couldn't tell which one it was from. I was like, why is this so loud? Why isn't it stopping? And more damage dealt out. Did blue die or did blue live? Looks like blue is living. Hit crit. Ketsu trying to live. Ketsu has a focus. Using them both.
Now, next round, we're going to be instituting the 10K challenge. 10,000 points is the max you can do. For some of you, it might just be an all-in challenge. I challenge you to the all-in challenge. For those of you who have more than 10,000, just put in 10,000. Let's go. Deslin9 says, I lost the last all-in challenge. Arm & Hammer has been all-in all day. That's awesome. Ending ahead? Behind? So that'll be for the next round. And as these players finish up this game, I do want to say thank you to Richard and Merrick for participating on our in our event and, of course, on our stream. We got one more game, everybody, and it is the All-In Challenge.
Yep. And good luck to Richard, who has moved on, who had, like, both these players, I believe, had one loss. So if Richard wins one more, he is very likely to be in the cut.
Guaranteed, in fact.
Guaranteed. You know who else just guaranteed themselves in the cut?
Who?
Cody Wood, who barely got in this morning, is now 5-0 with triple silencers. I got to shout out because that was the local matchup that got put together with Mark Grauberg versus Cody Wood.
There you go. So Mark is out, right?
No, they were both 4-0.
Oh, okay.
So Mark, if he wins one more, he's back in. But Cody went from, like, not playing today to me telling him that there's a spot. And he's like, oh, okay, why not?
Oh, hey, look at me, I'm in.
Yes, chat. Triple silencers. Redeem those FO points.